Welcome in. It is Kirsten Liebelt. How are you doing? It's Tuesday. Come on in, you guys. Jump on in, jump on in, jump on in. Listen. Today is going to be a major testimony Tuesday. I have a testimony to bring to you, and I want your hopes to go way up. Have you ever heard the saying, people are like, don't get your hopes up? Well, I'm going to tell you something opposite today. Get your hopes up. Get up your hopes. All right. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Kirsten Liebelt, and I come to you Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we talk about insulin resistance. This has literally been my entire life. And my dad died of type 2 diabetes when he was 63 years old. I'm Italian. How you doing? And so we just had a lot of obesity and type 2 diabetes in my family. And that's just the way that it has been. And so I had to decide at some point in my life to turn back around my insulin resistance. And I did. And when I did, I lost 3 sizes in my 50s because there is a connection as to why you cannot lose a freaking pound or 1 inch off of your body, and it has to do with insulin resistance. And so you cannot convince me otherwise. Obviously, there are some other issues with people, but this is my world. Welcome to my world. Come on in. Have a seat. Grab a cup of coffee. I'm going to drink my water. All right, today at 3:00 p.m. Central Standard Time in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. We have day number 2 of the 5-day challenge, and we do a 5-day challenge every single month. This is our 27th one. So that means we've been doing it for 27 months straight. I know that's a little redundant, but there you go. A little over 2 years, right? And today we're going to do ingredient trade outs. Good morning, Lori. Good to see you. Good to see you. Come on in. So we're going to do ingredient trade outs today in the group, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. No sign up required. You just have to show up, but you might want to set a phone, like an alarm on your phone, because Facebook notifications are kind of like, they really don't. Like, I'll tag everyone and it still doesn't show up for you guys. So I do what I can. I do what I can do, but that's the way it goes. Okay. So today, you guys, come on in. Just come on in for just a half a second to get your hopes way, way up. Okay. This is Magda. I may or may not be talking about you. OMG. And I want to be able to really encourage you in this. First of all, I'm super proud of you. I'm so proud of you, because do you know how many people will never, ever, ever, number one, give themselves permission for a journey? And number 2, they will never be consistent enough to see actual results. And when we're talking about, listen, if you were 22 years old and you just needed to lose a few pounds because you're getting married, your metabolism is probably not sunk. Your metabolism is probably like your body is functioning at a pretty high level when you're 22 in general across the board, right? Right. But when you get to be our age, hello, I did nothing until I was in my upper 40s, and I entered my 50s as a 2X in size. Okay. Like, I have been overweight my entire freaking life. I was bribed to lose weight at like 11 years old. Anybody else in the room bribed at a young age to lose weight as though it was my fault? I mean, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I didn't go grocery shopping. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that rabbit trail, because I am a person of high responsibility, personal responsibility. I really do feel like you have to take responsibility for your life and all these things. But you know, when you're a child, you don't make the rules. And we were Italian, and we ate because we were happy, and we ate because we were sad and bored and stressed and anxious and you name it. Okay. So when you're younger, things can happen more quickly, and we understand that in general. When I started at the age of 50 and now I'm 60, I had to turn a few things around. And I've talked to you guys about this before, about how your ship, it looks different than somebody else's ship. So stop comparing yourself. You don't know what you need to heal inside to get the results to show up on the outside. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. And so I want you to understand that if you never, ever give yourself a permission for a journey, I don't know if you will ever have long-term sustainable results that you can take with you forever. I just don't know. Okay. My philosophy is very much like, I want to teach you how to fish. I want to teach you how to actually heal your body. And then you get to live with the results. The story is not that I lost 3 sizes in my 50s after my cycle stopped. It's a good beginning of a story. It's that I've kept it off and I'm still going. Do you understand? We've been so indoctrinated to believe that we're going to go on a program, we're going to lose weight, then we're going to gain it back, then we're going to go on a program, we're going to lose weight, and then we're going to gain it back, and then we're going to go on a program. We're going to stop. Stop. If you're tired of the noise, if it's just too much for your brain, stop already. Let's talk about the real way to actually deal with your body when you are insulin resistant. Okay. Come on in. Let's go. So this is the deal. Over the last year, she has lost 17 pounds, but listen to the body composition change, okay? And listen to some MRI results. 6 inches from her bra line. 6 inches gone from her bra line. 6 inches. Do you have a measuring tape? Because if you don't, they're not expensive, and it just might change the way you view success. 5 inches from her waist. 5 inches. You guys have to visualize this. And 3 inches off of her hips. Okay. We're going to talk exactly about how she did it. Her fatty liver. Anybody have a fatty liver? Anybody? It went from bad to being mild. And it's been confirmed on an MRI. So you have to grasp the concept that your body is going to heal if you will freaking give it a shot. If you will just give it a chance. And what happens is once you heal, the results are just going to continue to go up. But I want to tell you why. I want you to understand why. Okay, so here we go. Cindy, you're reordering the trio today. That's fantastic. Very, very good. Debbie, good morning. Good to see you. Very, very good to see you. Okay, so this is how this happens. So you know what? This is not just about weight loss. I understand our society has drilled it into our brains, and I will address this because there are things that I know that she wants to tweak so that she can now, her body's positioned. Her body is finally positioned to really lose pounds. It just took a while. Are you willing? Are you willing to go the distance a little bit? I don't know, right? If you would have asked me that at the beginning of my journey, I would have said, get out of here. No, I'm not willing. No, actually, I'm not. That's what I would have told you. But, I digress. But this isn't about weight loss. This is about healing from the inside out. I talk about this every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right. So most women think that success are scale numbers. Okay. It's been drilled. And we've been given trash information. Eat less, move more. Okay, whatever. No. If you're insulin resistant, that is not good advice. Count points. If you're insulin resistant, probably not good advice. Just telling you, you have to decipher the truth from the untruth for your body. They're talking to somebody else's body, not yours. The first battle is visceral fat. The dangerous fat wrapped around your organs and especially your liver. And why? Why do you have visceral fat if you're insulin resistant? Why? Because what happens is when you're spiking your sugars and your pancreas releases insulin and then it grabs the energy to put into your cell. When the cell door is closed and it can't get in there anymore, it says, I am resistant to insulin. It's going to deposit, because insulin is a fat storing hormone, it's going to deposit the energy, the sugar, into your organs and around your organs as fat. So depending upon the level of your visceral fat might depend on how long it takes you to heal. I don't know. How many of you are having scans of your visceral fat constantly? How many of you have even had a fasting insulin to know that you're insulin resistant? How many doctors are actually checking the things that need to be checked? Or are they just waiting until your sugars rise? Oh, I'm sorry. You're pre-diabetic. Here's some drugs. I'm sorry. I said yesterday, okay, so in the group yesterday, we started the 5-day challenge, and the group is Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. In the group, I started the challenge and I said, you know what? At best, they are ignorant. And I'm not a doctor. I'm just your friend. Okay. So, what are my qualifications? I've reversed my insulin resistance. I've lost 3 sizes. I'm the only person in my family to have avoided type 2 diabetes. And I can third-party resource you until you're blue in the face. I love Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Eric Berg, Maria Emmerich, Dr. Kiltz. There are so many, Dr. Ben Bickman. There are so many good people out there that have the qualifications. And you and I, we're just pulling back our health. We're just taking it back and saying, listen, apparently I can do a better job myself. Because at best, they're ignorant, and at worst, they're lying to us. Okay? So this is very, very frustrating. So visceral fat, as your visceral fat decreases, as it decreases, because you can decrease your visceral fat, okay, the liver will start to heal. So it's like a little healing journey, okay? That's why her MRI improved, okay? Her body composition shifted before she's now going to have even more than the 17 pounds lost in the last year. But she had to change other pieces first. Okay. I know it stinks. I understand it. I get it. It's why I got rid of my scale 7-8 years ago. I had to, because I mentally, and you might be like me and maybe you're not like me, and I don't know, right? Everybody's different. So there's no hard and fast rule on this, but I mentally couldn't take it because I just kept thinking, why is my body shape changing, but my scale isn't? And I mean, it wasn't. And I just kept thinking, I'm just going to be this like number forever. Like this number is never going to change. This is so discouraging and defeating. And I just felt like such a loser. And I just didn't have the right information yet. Okay. Just telling you. So inches gone, right? Can we remember what she lost? 6 inches under her bra, at her bra line. 6. I want you to put holy cow in the comments. 6. What does that do for your bra size, you guys? What does that do for your feeling of just all of this fat coming out from underneath your bra, right? 5 inches off of her waist. 5. And 3 inches off of her hips. I literally thought a year ago, and I'm going to explain this to you here in just a second, what she did. But a year ago, I actually thought that my hips were my hips no matter what, because I was going to be 60 and now I am 60. And I thought, I literally didn't even know I had this limiting belief. I honestly didn't know it. And I thought, well, dang it. I'm just going to be hippie. I'm just going to be hippie. It's the way it's going to be. Oh my gosh. And then, oh shoot, I forgot to measure myself. I was going to measure myself for you guys. I will do that and I'll post it or something. Because in the last year, I too have lost so many inches by doing exactly what she's doing. I'm just telling you. Holy cow. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for liking my live. I appreciate you so much. Okay. So inches this is why the BMI, inches, visceral fat reduction are far more powerful markers of success than the scale alone. This is huge, Ola. All right. So her body had to do these things in order to begin to release visceral fat. It showed up in inches lost. It showed up in pounds lost. And so here we go. And now she gets to be on chapter number 2 because she has positioned her body. It's like taking your body and going, and now you're positioned. Now you're positioned. Okay. Holy macaroni. Jody, you are cute. You are cute. Holy cow, Amy. Holy cow, you guys are awesome. Good morning, Sharon. Good to see you, my Canadian friend. Okay. So she had to lower her insulin enough to allow fat release. 2 things that you don't know, that nobody's telling you. Maybe you do know. You might know. I didn't know. Number one. One reason why you cannot burn fat is because your insulin is high. We really talked about this yesterday in terms of eating. Number two reason why you can't burn fat, your liver is sluggish. High insulin, sluggish liver. So what do I deal with? What do you think I deal with? Off the top, right away, with everybody who is motivated and wanting to accelerate their body. I deal with the liver and insulin and the gut, because the gut is another piece. But you must lower your insulin. You must level up the function of your liver, like getting your car to function better to get better gas mileage. It is literally like the exact same thing. If you get a proper detail and a proper tune-up, you get better gas mileage. Your car will give you better results. Your body will do the same thing. So it's the first two things that I deal with. Not everybody wants to take that route. It's okay. I'm not for everybody. No problem. But as long as you have that information, then God bless you, right? Because then you can use that information for your benefit and you can find what works for you. She found what works for her. So her liver needed to unload fat so that her metabolism could wake up. So when you have fatty liver, her fatty liver went from high and problematic. Let me see the way that it says that. I want to see how that says that. From bad. Her fatty liver went from bad. This is from an MRI to mild. Who wants those results? Who wants to know and that the fatty liver that they were told about is actually turning itself back around, and you have this sense of healing inside of your body because you know what's happening, because a test just told you that's actually healing. I'm just telling you, right? Golly, this is so amazing. And inflammation went down. Her inflammation, this is why I deal with the gut very, very much so. The inflammation went down and her cells began to respond again, because this is a cellular conversation. This is a hormonal conversation. This is not a calorie in, calorie out conversation. This is not a counting points conversation. This is not about like high intensity cardio conversation. Cellular and hormonal. And you know that you knew something was different, and you need to be told you are not broken. You're not broken. Your body was created to heal. It is fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay. All right. Once these internal wins happen, the weight can follow. The scale can catch up. I just never reintroduce the scale. I measure myself and I know exactly where I am with the clothes that I wear and how my body composition changes. And, when you lose 3 sizes, you're pretty excited. But remember, losing the 3 sizes that I did in my 50s, that's not the story. I've kept it off and I'm continuing to move forward. That's the story. You want that. You want that story. What do you think she knows now after a year? She takes it with her. She takes it with her. Makes me so happy. So this is why you need to give yourself permission for a journey. It's not overnight. It's inside out. If she had only looked at the scale, she might have missed the healing that was happening. If all she did was look at the scale, she could have so easily gone, 17 pounds in a year? What if she never measured herself to know about the 6 inches under her bra, the 5 inches on her waist, and the 3 inches on her hips? What if she never did? Man, just telling you, you're not just chasing pounds. You are reclaiming your health, your inches, your energy, your improved labs. That's the proof that your body is actually turning around. Okay. So this is how she did it. Now, she has been such a great testimony of, Kim, you're just starting. Fantastic. Deborah said, holy cow, moo. You guys are hysterical. I talk about 2 things, and I only talk about 2 things. And aren't you glad that I don't give you 500 steps? I don't give you 500. I give you 2 food ingredient trade outs where you get to still be a foodie, because I'm Italian and that was really important to me, and targeted supplementation. Targeted for what? Like what? What does that mean? Liver, gut, insulin. Liver, gut, insulin. You want very specific thought processes happening in your body so that you can actually position your body. Remember, we're getting into position. It's like, Okay. That's what we're doing. That's what she did. So I always talk to you about exactly where I started and then the other things that you have available to you that I didn't have available to me. And this is why then so many of you are getting results like this, where it's like, oh my gosh, like my MRI, like, what do you think a doctor says when your visceral fat disappears? I had somebody say to me, I went to the doctor and they told me that I have fatty liver. And his response was like, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Oh, that's okay. I do too. If you're going back to that doctor, I'm sorry. I don't know how to help you. I just dropped it. I don't know how to help you. I'm not going to lie. You have to not, you are the consumer. Stop it. You don't have to take that kind of crap information. Okay. Getting fired up. You guys are firing me up. Okay. This is where I started because I wasn't willing to trade out my foods. I was a 2X in size. I was at the beginning of my 50s. I had just had shoulder surgery, which kicked me into menopause, meaning that I literally never had a cycle again. Don't ask me why. I can't explain it because I even asked a female doctor, what was the connection? Oh, there's no connection at all. BS. What? That's a stupid answer. I'm sorry. That's not a very wise answer. But anyway, because my cycle stopped, OMG, like the back fat went like out of control. And I'm like, are you serious? It gets worse. Like this gets worse. I don't want to do worse. So I was like, okay, well, I really don't know how I'm ever going to trade out my food. So I started with just basic supplementation. I actually didn't even think it was really going to work. I didn't have any expectations on that. I just wanted to tell my mom that I was doing something because my mother was on me about my sugars, like asking me, here I am in my upper 40s, and she's asking me, are you even paying attention to your sugars, Kirsten? Do you go to the doctor? Do you get them tested? Like your dad died from type 2 diabetes when you were 30. What are you doing? What's the matter with you, huh? That she was the Swede, so she probably wouldn't have said it that way. My dad would have. But that was how that went. Like, and I got scared enough. She scared me because my dad's sores were not healing on his legs. My dad was peeing all the time, drinking water all the time. His diabetes was out of control. He ended up on kidney dialysis after quadruple bypass surgery, pacemaker, all of the things, right? So I was scared enough. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just take some supplements and tell my mom I'm doing, hey mom, look at me, I'm doing this. So these are 3 supplements that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. This is where I started. And this alone, all by itself, fully supported me in losing my 3 sizes in my 50s. But when they introduced, I'm going to do this a little backwards today. When they introduced this a little over a year ago, I sourced this out of the sports nutrition line. This is an orange pixie stick powder. I'm not going to open this one. I'm actually on my 30-day hiatus. I'll explain that in a minute. So when they introduced this, I actually took this for 2 months before I ever talked to any of you about it, because I had to make sure that it wasn't going to spike sugars and that it was even going to work, because I don't know, maybe I'm a skeptical person, right? So I was like, okay, well, we'll see. The claim is that it changes your BMI, that it changes your body composition. I'm like, okay, well, I really don't necessarily, know about that. But when it started to do it with me, I'm like, okay, I got to get this tested. So she was my tester. I sent it to her and I said, hey, will you test this on your sugars for me? And she did. And she said, oh, no, I'm totally fine. She said, I would definitely take that. So recommended on your tongue, tastes like candy, not lying, not even making it up a little bit. Put it on your tongue every day for 90 days, take 30 days off. Do it again for 90 days, take 30 days off. And she's obviously done this now, I'm assuming for a year, kind of doing rounds. This is the visceral fat changer. I mean, it literally changes your visceral fat. So if you understand that your high insulin has been depositing fat inside and around your organs for probably years, and you know that you need to change that, because that healing of your liver will actually then produce over here the ability to burn fat, because you cannot burn fat if what? Say it with me. If your liver is sluggish or if your insulin is high. And most likely both are true, because it's all connected. Okay. So you have to know those two pieces. So liver. Okay. That's another step. She did all of this, by the way. Then the last step is the gut primer and the probiotic. Okay. Now the gut primer, I am going to show you mine in my jar because this is what I travel with. This is what I have available right now. Just looks like this. It's a green powder, but do not think in terms of, oh, everybody's, buying greens online and everybody does greens. This is completely different. This is a comprehensive, like if you want to be serious about your GI tract, if you want to be serious about inflammation, about healing and sealing your gut, about the fact that you don't have a gallbladder anymore and your liver is taking the brunt of everything. If you want to be serious, that's what this is for your liver health, for your inflammation. It has like 6 blends in one. Now, I don't particularly get super excited because it smells like tea. It tastes like tea. So I don't sip it. I'm not a sipper. Has the aftertaste of, the little bit of that turmeric and ginger, etc. But what I do is I put it in a small amount of cold water out of my fridge, like a little bit, froth it up, and I take it like a wellness shot. If you've ever been in any kind of like a Whole Food store or some types of coffee shops even have these, wellness shots. That's what I do. So that's the gut primer. And so constipation, indigestion, all the good things happen because your tract gets moving. You start moving impacted waste through your body. So bloating, you can't zip up your jeans, or you touch food and you're bloated. All right. And then probiotic on your tongue, not with hot anything, because these are alive, 5 alive strains. So when you put all of this together, what I have titled this is the total body reset. That's what I have called this, the total body reset. She did this. Okay. She did the total body reset. I want people to understand what you are doing from the inside out to actually get things shifted. When I talk about food, now she's somebody who's checking her sugars, right? Type 2, right? Grain, sugar, and legume free. Grain, sugar, and legume free. Why? Why? Because sugar, grains, and legumes all spike your sugars too high when you're insulin resistant. And so you're listening to advice from people that tell you it's all about balance. You're maybe listening to advice from your doctor that's telling you can have 45 to 50, 60 grams of carbs per meal. No, you can't. Not if you want to get off of scripts. Not if you want to get off of them. Not if you don't want those side effects anymore. My dad's life was literally like this. Here's another one. Here's an increased dose. Here's another one. Here's an increased dose. And his function went like this. Because your body can't do that. So what do you think happens to your liver when you are constantly taking either over-the-counter meds for, constipation, scripts for your sugars, or anything else, HBP, that's another key, STATIN. What do you think your liver's doing? It is your workhorse organ. It is trying so hard to do its job. You have to help it function. Just like your car. If your car was going like this on the road, you'd be like, OMG, I better get to a mechanic. That's what you would say. I have to get to a mechanic. I have to fix my engine. I have to find out why it's sputtering at me. Well, the problem is that with our bodies, what happens is we don't get the sputtering on the outside. Instead, what happens is our waists begin to increase. Our bellies go out because of the visceral fat. Our blood pressure goes up. They put us on all sorts of meds. All of a sudden, we think indigestion is normal. We think constipation is like, oh, that must just be aging. No, it's not. None of these symptoms are okay. None of them are okay. Nobody should ever be prescribing you, I'm sorry, Just consider me super opinionated. Nobody should ever be prescribing you anything for antacid, ever. Your body is trying to tell you something. And you can reverse all of it, in my opinion. You can reverse all of it. Diet is number one. And if you want to accelerate what you're doing, like she has done, and I know she might say, well, that wasn't as much as I wanted in a year. Listen, her MRI went from bad to mild with her fatty liver. Do you have any idea what gift she's given herself? Because your liver, fatty liver is reversible. Guess what? Until it's not. It's called cirrhosis. Why, if she's not an alcoholic, does she have fatty liver? Why are we okay with the terminology non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? We should be going, why is it called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? Why? Why isn't it just called fatty liver for the common person? Because 60 years ago, it was only found in alcoholics. Why is it found in you? If you're not a drinker. It's diet. It's standard American diet. It's what we've done. Spiking your sugars all day long. Your pancreas releases insulin to go get the fuel, because this is considered fuel, and bringing it into your cell. After a while, your cell goes, I'm kind of done. So I'm going to close the door. And now insulin, you don't have the key for my lock anymore. So now your cell does not get any energy and you are exhausted. You're like, why am I so tired all the time? Because it didn't get any energy into your cellular conversation. And your hormone insulin says, well, I am a fat storing hormone, so I better get busy depositing fat inside of your liver and around your organs. That's what I'm going to do today. And if you never stop the cycle, you can never begin to turn it back around. But this is a healing conversation. It's a hormonal conversation for how you lose weight. It's a cellular conversation for healing so that you can lose fat. And I'm telling you, like, her results are like, yes, major victory. Because now she's positioned. She'll just keep going now. She'll just keep going. We'll tweak some of her foods, won't we, Magda? We will. Cindy says she never knew that. Oh, Catherine, I'm sorry. I can't sell in Europe. I wish I could. Tea tastes better. Oh, Cindy. I really do feel like it tastes a lot like tea. Suzanne, I will. I'll send you do you want the trio or the total body reset? The trio is in the total body reset. You just let me know. Debbie says she loves the way that I explain everything. Thank you, Debbie. I really do appreciate that because Catherine says, OMG, I love you. I'm not sure. What did I say? What did I say that made you say that you love me? You guys are awesome. Debbie says she loves me too. Well, I appreciate you so much. I really do appreciate you though saying that because that is my goal. My goal is like, Lord, how can I make this so simple that people can understand this? Because I was freaking clueless. I was so clueless. Do you understand? I was the sugar addict. I was the person who never supplemented. I was the person who was a 2X in size. And I thought I'm just going to be fat. I'm going to be fat like the rest of my Italian family, and not everybody, of course. So I don't mean to throw everybody under the bus, but just in general, right? I had great aunts that were very, very obese. And then I had everybody else around me struggled with their weight their entire life. Everybody had big bellies and everybody, again, there I go. But you know what I'm saying? It was common. And then everybody's sick and everybody's medicated and everybody's just looking like trash. And all they can do is talk about their ailments and their illnesses and what drug they're taking now. And I just kind of said, I'm not interested. And so here I am now. I'll wrap up with this and then I'm going to see y'all at 3:00 Central Standard Time in the group for the day number 2 of the 5-day challenge. And the group is Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Put in your email when you want to get in. If you want to get in, put in your email. I don't sell lists and I don't spam anybody, but it's the only way that I can like talk to people when there's something coming up because Facebook doesn't notify people. Okay. But these are my results. So here I was 2x in size. My insulin resistance is off the charts. I'm 50 years old. I'm a hot mess express. Hot mess express. And I didn't have any information. None. I had done I hadn't done any research, nothing. I'm blah, blah, blah. None. Zero. Didn't care. And when I finally decided to do something and I started to supplement and then I started change out my food ingredients, it took me 3 to 4 years to trade out my food ingredients. I used a lot of carb blocker. If you need to know about carb blocker, just get into my messages. You can ask me about that. I'll send you a link. I did that for 3 to 4 years. It stops the blood sugar spike. But in this process, I avoided type 2 diabetes. Number one, I'm the only one in my family, my immediate family, to have avoided type 2 diabetes, including my Swedish mother who didn't have diabetes in her family history. Because type 2 diabetes is not a genetic issue. You might have a predisposition, but it's a diet-related disease. Number two, I'm not on any meds at all at 60. Number three, I wake up and I don't ache. I can get on the floor with my grandbabies. That was a goal of mine. The reason why on the days that I walk, because like I try to walk every day, but it doesn't always happen. But like this morning, I got up and walked and it was super duper amazingly humid in Minnesota. And of course I can love that because number one, I don't have upper respiratory issues. And number two, January. That's all I need to say. So when I walk, I am so overwhelmed with gratitude because my body can move, I can function. And I know that there are people who reach out to me and they're like, I just wish that I could be enough pain-free that I could walk to my mailbox. I wish that I felt good enough to actually be able to exercise. Well, this is how you start. Sometimes you have to front load what you're doing in order to get enough results so that you can like continue and take it to another level and another level and another level. And do you understand? And you know you don't want to take ibuprofen, right? You know you're not wanting to be on NSAIDs because that's hard on your liver, it's hard on your gut, and it's hard on your kidneys. Like you know that you just want to feel better because you feel like trash. You are miserable. Listen, I was napping on the living room floor raising my babies. I was so sugar crashing all day, every day. So reach out to me. Get into my inbox. Say, I want to see the total body reset. I want to do what she did. Get into the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Make a step. Don't sabotage yourself, okay? So, when you get into the group, Debbie, when you go to Ditch Insulin Resistance, she's asking about the email. When you click on that, it'll say, what's your best email? Put it in there, okay? Why did I jump over carb blocker? What do you mean, Jody? You mean like not tell you about it? I don't know what you mean. You want to see the total body reset? I will send that to you. I'll screenshot that. I'll send it to you. But I'm just telling you, like, Jody, you're really darling. I just figure everybody's going to be different. What time? Okay. So Catherine, you're in Denmark. That is so cool. All right. The time right now here is 11:39 a.m. And at 3 p.m., I will be live in the group. You woke up your treadmill every morning. When you hear me, come on. So you're watching me and walking. Cindy, yes. Yes. Way to go. Where to go? Way to go. Terry, I will send you information. Okay, I can send it to your email. Colette, I can send it to your email. You guys are so cute. Okay, she forgot to say something else. Okay, hold on. We're going to wrap up with this then. The testimony queen has something else to add. All right, I forgot to tell you something else. My A1C went from a 7.7 to a 6.7. My gastroenterologist said, see you in 1 year. She was seeing him 3 to 4 times a year. So proud of you. So proud of you. You guys, these are the results that I know you guys are wanting. I know. You want to hear more about the carb blocker? Okay, I'll tell it to you really quickly, okay? Carb blocker it's a natural extract and it's a pill. I'll show it to you just so you can see the size of it. I really don't take it anymore, but I have it on me. It just looks like this. This is the pill. And you take 1 to 3 of them when you go to eat something that's going to spike your sugars. So like, for instance, if you're going to have something small, because this is how I transitioned my foods. This is the reason why I don't use it anymore, because I don't eat things that I just stay in my plan because I'm a foodie and I figure I've got all my trade outs that make me happy. So I don't need it anymore. But for people who are still transitioning your foods, it's really important that maybe you mitigate a sugar spike when you're doing it. So let's say you are, and I kept these in my pockets for years, 3 to 4 years. So, I always use like any kind of a holiday or a wedding or graduation or, Labor Day barbecue or whatever, that it's going to be challenging for you. So, you know what? I always went into situations with the intention that I was not going to, eat whatever it was that, that famous key lime pie or the whatever that somebody in the family makes or whatever. But I was just going to have this kind of like as my little net. So I would put this in my pocket and I would just take 3 of them usually because, there are very few things that have low sugar spikes. But if you're thinking about 500 calories of sugar from entering your bloodstream, think about 500 calories of sugar from entering your bloodstream. That's what this will mitigate. And so it's stopping the spike. So then what is it doing? It's stopping the calling of insulin. And why does that matter? Because insulin is a fat storing hormone. And why does that matter? Because when your cell has closed the door to insulin and energy, it's going to store and deposit fat in and around your organs. And your belly is going to keep on growing. And you're going to wonder why your belly fat is out of control. Okay? I hope you can track that. So we're going to stop it at the root. And I just did that for a really long time. And I'd be like, no shame. I'm at this Christmas party now, and she made her famous 7-layer bars. I'm going to have one, and I'm just going to take 3 carb blockers. This was just the way that I did it. Okay? Now, you guys crush me. You crush my results. You don't take that long. Most all of you don't do this. I'm just telling you. And maybe a lot of you are motivated because you have a CGM on you. You have a continuous glucose monitor on you. Maybe it's because you are testing your blood sugars all the time, whatever, right? You know what's happening and you're type 2 and you don't want those results anymore. You might be further along in your ship needing to be turned around and you're a little more scared than I was or whatever. I don't know. So some of you adapt to the food structure thought process faster than me. Now, today, that's what I'm going to talk about in the group. How did this Italian girl trade out her foods and as still a foodie? How am I still a foodie? Even though I would say something as crazy as sugar, grain, and legume free. Like sugar, grain, and legume free and foodie, they don't go together. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. And I'll teach you why in the group today. So, all right. Okay. You guys are so funny. Okay, hold on. Another email. Perfect. I'll send you guys all an email. That's perfect. Amy, I will have somebody check your approval for addition insulin resistance for sure. So Joan, did that answer the carb blocker question? Jody, see, you started something now. People want to know. I hope that answers your question. And if you have more, just ask me. And on Thursday in the group, yesterday we talked about what is insulin resistance. Today is the ingredient trade up. Tomorrow is my pantry and my refrigerator. Thursday, I do a deep dive into supplementation. So bring all your questions, bring them all, because I will show you how you heal from the inside out. You don't lose 6 inches under your bra 5 inches from your waist and 3 inches off of your hips, and have your A1C drop a full point, and have your fatty liver, according to an MRI, go from bad to mild in a year if you do not begin to heal from the inside out. You have to take measures and give yourself permission for the journey. And I'm going to wrap up with this. You that are I know I've said that now 3 times, maybe 4, but I promise. You that are already customers of mine, you already know the drill. When you purchase 150 or more 3 months in a row, you get $75 off the 3rd month. Now listen to me. You can't get that anywhere else. You cannot get an HSA to give you back money, or you cannot submit things to an insurance company. But somebody is obviously willing to pay you for your wellness journey. Maybe that's your sign that you're finally going to invest in yourself and be in a completely different place 1 year from now. Be in a completely different place January 1. Because I'm still going to be doing my 5-day challenges every month. September, October, November, December. We're going to talk about how do you navigate the holidays. We're going to talk about what's a good food ingredient trade out for your favorite food. We're going to walk journey. You're going to be on a path with access. I just want you to understand the scope of that, because a year ago, she took a chance and said, I'm going to bet on me. And boy, I bet she's glad. You don't regret those decisions. You just don't. But anyway, okay. CGM, Manjaro, and Chesaba. So tired of it all. I know, Deborah, I'm sorry. I hear from a lot of you. And you know what? It's just because you're not being given the full picture. Nobody's telling you these. Come on, you guys, this isn't rocket science. You have to ask yourself why nobody's telling you this. Come on. This isn't about you needing to have understanding at such a high level that your brain can barely take it. Bring down your insulin, level up the function of your liver. Now trust me, I didn't know any of this either. I didn't either. But that's why I kind of was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Why don't I know this? Why am I not being taught this? It's why I do this Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time every day, to bring you pieces, because I think that we might die waiting for the medical community to actually give us any answers. And then everybody's living with menopause that is 100 times worse than it ever needed to be, because insulin resistance makes it worse, because insulin is a hormone. So your testimonies fire me up, and you bless me so much. You have no idea. You crush my results. I know there is no money in healthy patients. I know, but it's hard on your heart to wake up to this. It's hard on your heart. So the only thing that I can tell people is, listen, if you'll commit to your own journey, and if you'll give yourself permission, you're going to live with some freedom that you didn't know was even available to you. You're going to live with freedom, knowing that you're taking care of your own body and you're literally creating your own world. And doesn't that feel good and controlling? But also too, you're going to feel the freedom of food addiction, because that actually is the result as you go. Takes a while, because you've got brain connections and heart connections. And so, but in the meantime, you can navigate. And that's what I want to help you do. Let's help you navigate, because this doesn't go away overnight. These little messages in our brain, these little heart connections to happiness and sadness, and we're bored, we're stressed, we're anxious, so we eat. I understand all of that, but we can make strides. So, okay, I'm going to get off and send some emails because now I've got a list of emails that I need to send people to. I don't know. Are they all from Facebook or some from YouTube? I didn't even look. I'll have to go find them all. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. And for anybody who's in the group or gets into the group, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time today, and we're going to do ingredient trade out. So if you ever wanted to know what that looks like, today's your day, baby. Today's your day. All right. Have the best day ever on the face of the planet. See you tomorrow on Wednesday.